Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to another video of Resurwreck Autos HQ. Today guys, we're going to be continuing on the van. Yep, I've got some parts, I've got some bits and pieces, and yeah, we can just crack on with this van today, see how far we get, and yeah, just I want to sort this oil situation out. I think it's the pipes that goes to the intercooler, so I'm going to try and see if I can change the two pipes, as long as they're not expensive too much. No, I've got to go direct to Ford's to see how much they are, but yeah, I think it's just worth changing them just in case, you never know. And that oil cap as well, that was a little bit loose. So yeah, we've got some bits and pieces to do on this van, but before we do, once again, appreciate all the support guys on the last video. That was a bit different, that Aldi actually, wasn't it, with the splitter and the actual trims and that. I thought it might be interesting to sort of watch, something a little bit different again for the channel. What else we've got to do today? I've got to run the Hyundai i30, the silver one. That has got to go to the paint shop today as well at some point. So I'll be taking that. I'll let you know a bit later when that gets dropped off. But yeah, for now, let's crack on and let's get on with this van. So guys, yeah, as I was just saying, we're going to do bits and pieces around this van today, and I've taken off. I'll show you the pipe I took off. So that basically sits like that, and connects like that. There you go. So I wanted to take this off because there was oil sort of all like around the back there, and I was thinking, I wonder if this pipe has got a split underneath, or it's come away sort of on the edges. Do you know what I mean? Because the oil was there as well. As you can see, it's nice and clean underneath. I'll show you. It's nice and clean underneath there, so I've cleaned it all off, but it was quite bad underneath there. But I took it off, and actually there's nothing there. You know, I'd like to see something that's causing the problem. Then that way I know that it's definitely that. But I'm not coming up against anything that's suspicious, like it's causing the issue. But it is close to that pipe there, and obviously maybe when it's like this and it's back on, this pipe here to the intercooler, these two, this one maybe at the back was spraying a little bit of oil. There shouldn't be oil in the system because that's the air for the system. But once you get a little bit of air in the system itself, it will pull the oil through the pipes. It's just the way it is if there's a slight leak. So it could be those pipes that connect to those. I'm thinking about changing that, and it's something. I don't know if that's fouled or that's supposed to be like that, but to me that seems like that's loose, and it can come out of there as well. So I think we've got probably a couple of issues here with this oil, but it's nothing major. Do you know what I mean? So that's a good thing really. So I'll get this cap sorted out, the whole cap or the rubber seal, one on the other. I'm going to get these pipes replaced. We've got to replace a few bits and pieces down here. You've got a temperature sensor on the top of the cat, so I've got to change that because that was a little bit bent over. This one's snapped, so we've got to change this lambda sensor, so we'll change that. We've got the turbo valve thing here. I'll show you what it is. This thing here, and you can see that it's just snapped there, and that one snapped right off the black one there at the bottom. So this has got to be replaced as well. I'll find out how much it is, and I'll get one, yeah, sorted out. Obviously we've got to do the service as well. Mark's brought over all the bits and pieces for the service, apart from the transmission oil. I've got to get that for him, so I'll get that. So yeah, we've got loads to do today. Let's just see how far we get. Before I went home last night though, I did paint the crash bar and the slam panel. So yeah, much better. When I come in this morning, all dry and ready to put back on basically. And I might just place them on there in place, just put them on, just line things up, just sort of just see how it sits, you know what I mean? So I might just do that as well today, but well, let's see how far we get. I'd like to do the airbags as well, the steering wheel airbag. I'd like to do all that sort of side of it, get in there if I can. See how we go. Might do that as well, but it's all about time, and it's all about sort of see how far you go. You never know, we might come across some problems, but for now, I'll set you up. Let's get cracking, and I'll come in and out of the time lapses and just sort of explain stuff and show you stuff, but you can see me doing it anyway. And that's the whole point of me doing these videos and me coming in and out of time lapses, is because I want people to see what I'm doing. Every aspect of what I'm doing from start to finish, I want people to see that I'm doing it. It's, you know, it's just one of them things really. I like to show everything. I'm not interested in all that sort of fancy editing on the video. I just think that's all poncy and all sort of like boring. Do you know what I mean? All poxy bloody editing. None of that. It's just raw footage of me doing the vehicles from start to finish. And I think everyone appreciates it. So yeah, that's enough waffling, guys. Let's do this. Right guys, just want to quickly show you what I've just been doing there. And as you can see, no glass, all clean. Yep, just wanted to get the glass out and give these channels a clean. I took the old hinges off as well. And yeah, they're just ready to go back in place. But obviously I don't want to do that until I've got these brackets in the right position for the wing. So I'll do that first, then the brackets. I can just put the brackets on, I suppose. Don't really matter, either war. But yeah, just wanted to quickly show you that. I have sprayed the brackets as well. These are the old ones, and these are the new ones. So they'll be sprayed up the same colour. So yeah, moving along. So right, I've just had a phone call though. Before we move on, I've just had a phone call from the paint shop. He's just said, bring the car down, the Hyundai i30, bring it down, and he'll take care of it for me. So I need to go and drop that off, and then I'll come back. And yeah, we haven't finished on that Hyundai. I know I've been getting a few messages. What's happened to the Hyundai? It's just been put to one side for 1 second whilst we're doing other bits and pieces. I haven't forgot about it. I've still got to do it. I'll still be doing videos on it. Yeah, you will see it again, guys. It's just at the minute it needs to go to the paint shop, and the painter was on holiday, to be fair. So, and then I was away. I'm not away, but I was on a break. So yeah, let's go and drop it off. Then I'll come back, and then I'll see what I'm going to jump into next on this, and we'll go from there. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, guys, I am back from the paint shop. I had to get a taxi back. Yeah, so I had to go and drop the car off and then get a taxi back to lock up. But I'm back now, and he's going to have that, but he's going to have that for a few days. He can't get on it until next week, probably Monday. But he wanted to see it so he can get the colours, prep and all that sort of business. So yeah, he's got that. He's going to crack on with that car. And yeah, we're going to sort of move on and carry on with this. So What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move on to doing some of the service bits and pieces and parts on this car, on this van. So we're going to do the oil filter, which is just there. So easy, so accessible. So yeah, we'll do that whilst the whole front end is off. Let's get that done. Also got to do the fuel filter, which is in there. Underneath all that brackets and stuff, there's a fuel filter. So we'll be taking that off as well and changing that. Pulling the oil out and replacing the oil as well. We'll be doing that. This is only really because I spoke to Mark, who's the owner of the van. I said to him, look, give him a call and see if they've got any service history, because it's got like Ford service and all that stickers all over it. So they must have some service history, and they have. And they've emailed it to him, and he's got it. Really helpful. Definitely worth giving him a call and giving him a shout. And it's paid off, really, because he's got some service history. And it's only just had a service. I think it was about 3,000 or 4,000 miles ago. So not long ago, it's had a service. But regardless of that, the owner, Mark, he still wants me to go ahead and do it and get all these bits done. So that's what I'll do. Really, you need to get the engine up to temperature, get all the oil drained out and all that sort of stuff. But because of the front end's not on, and I don't want to get the engine up to temperature because we haven't got the coolant going through the system and all that, I can't really do that. So it's just going to be a case of swapping the oil over as it is. Yeah. But like I said, it's not like it's never had a service. It's recently had a service, and I think it recently had an oil change. So that oil shouldn't really be that bad in it, but it's, yeah, going to do it anyway. So, right, I'm going to set you up. I'm going to have to raise the the van up. Let's pull the oil out from the bottom first, then do the oil filter, and then we'll crack on and move on with the fuel filter. I'm not sure about this fuel filter at the moment. I think it's supplied me with the wrong one, or the company that he got it from has supplied him with the wrong filter. But let me dig it out and then, yeah, I'll explain what is going on. So let's do this. Right, okay, so yeah, that's the oil drained. I took the oil filter off as well. And on this 1.5 Connect diesel engine, you've got plastic sump underneath. And then you've got this plastic drain plug that goes in there and then just undoes, really. I've not seen like a plastic sump and a plastic drain plug before. So yeah, it's a bit new to me as well, but it's another little little thing that I've learned. You just take it off with a socket. So I'll just put the socket on there, and it doesn't need much. So yeah, good little thing, and it's not leaking. So I don't know if later on they have problems of being plastic and stuff, I don't know, but yeah, seems a strange thing to do, but plastic. But I've never seen them before. But there you go. So that's that done. That's draining out, as you can see. It's the old oil, and it's pretty good oil, to be honest with you guys. It's not that bad, so that's good. Definitely means it's been serviced properly. I'm taking off the oil filter there that was in there, and you can see that I've just cleaned. Let me get the torch. I'll show you. But I managed to get a bit of, get most of it cleaned out. All that in there is, you can see it black. There's plastic in there, so most of it is out of there. Didn't want to go poking around too much in there in case you could lodge something in there and something gets stuck. So that's kind of, yeah, that's kind of okay. So that's that done. This is obviously going to need another rubber seal that goes around it. And then I'll just get the pick and I'll just pick it out. Pick it out of there. Swap it over for this one. Plonk the old filter in, the new filter in, sorry. And it just pushes in. Nothing to it really, just a plastic housing. And it just clicks down. And that's it, that's the filter done. So I'll swap this rubber seal over. Put that back in, do that up to, well, just sort of tight, make sure it's tight. You don't over tighten these, you're only really supposed to do them hand tight as much as you can. So yeah, sometimes you have like on the end of here, you have like it gives you a Newton meters torque settings, but it hasn't got it on this one. So not unless that little, I don't know if that little thing at the bottom there, I don't think it is. I'll have a look. But yeah, so fix that back on, put the drain plug back in, and then that drain plug, again, it's just, you just do it up until it locks into place. It'll only go so far, and then it kind of locks, and that's it, it's done. So that's pretty cool. So I'll do that, do the filter, put the oil back, we'll put some new oil in, just so that I know, I don't want to be taking it off, draining the old stuff out and then forgetting to put the new stuff back. So I always try and sort of, if I'm taking it out, put it back. So that's what I'll do. And then we'll move on to the fuel filter and see how that goes. So, but yeah, I'll set you up, guys, and let's crack on. Right, guys, that's the oil done for now, because it's not enough. Yeah, I got this. He gave me this bottle. It's got 5 litres in it, and we need some more. So I'll have to get in contact with Mark. He's probably watching this video, and we've probably spoke about this before he's watched this, but because I'll message him. But yeah, we need some more oil. Not a lot, I don't think. Probably another litre, maybe 2. So, but it's not even. Yeah, I've put the whole 5 litre. I thought that was going to be the case because a lot come out. So you can see that it's just not even touching the bottom of the dipstick really. So need some more oil. But that's what it is. It is what it is. But I've done the filter as well, so that's all tightened up. So that's all done. I was just I don't know if you saw me fiddling around with these pipes just now. So basically, the valve that goes to these 3 pipes here. There's a valve for the turbo goes here, and when it snapped off, the plastic was stuck inside one of these pipes. This one here, it was stuck inside there. The actual the piece that was part of the valve was stuck in there, so I had to dig it out. Be very careful, when you dig it out, because obviously you don't want to burst this pipe or split it or break it or anything like that. So I have to be careful. But yeah, got it out. So that's all done. So that's another step, another little thing that's done. Right, now we're going to move on to this. The fuel filter is underneath all that. So I've got to take the cover off and get in there and get that off in there. So I've got to unplug these plugs here as well. There's a couple of fuel lines. I think there's an in and an out fuel line. A wire connection as well. So that's got to come off. So we've got to dig this out. So I'll set the camera up here so you can see exactly what's going on. And let's crack on. Let's get this stripped down. But I've got a funny feeling that the company that he's gone to supplied the wrong one. So we need to have a look at it. So let's do this. Guys, as you just saw, taking all this apart, I just wanted to explain how to disconnect these, because there was a little bit fiddly, and there's going to be people that would be interested to know how to do that off this fuel filter. So basically on the front one here, you've got this little clip you have to lift up, and then you have to push that down. So you lift that little flip up like that, and then whilst it's up, you push the rest of the plastic bit down, and then it releases it. I've already released it off of this. There. So I've already released it off of that, so it won't sort of do it in a minute. But that's how you do it, and then it just pops out like that. That's that one. A little bit of fuel. This one, you just got this white tab on top. You just push that down and then you just pull it out. And then that one's free as well. And then that's the two lines all connect. The wires are disconnected as well. And then you've got a 24mm socket on top, and you just undo it. So you get a 24mm socket on top, and then like that. You can see the green O-ring there. I've got a new O-ring that come with the filter, so we'll be changing that over just to making sure. So there we go. Just drain off any fuel that's there in the cap, and then you can lift the cap out of the way. That's that. And then you can see the filter is in here. You've got to be a little bit careful because obviously, you know, you've got all this fuel and stuff there. But yeah, you just got to pull it up. Am I going to be able to do this while I'm showing you? Let me have a look. Oh, that's it. You just put it up, let it drain. Let the fuel just drain out like that. That'll just drain down now. I think they've a little bit splashed on the camera. You see it just there, look. So it's on the camera. So I'll have to clean that off in a minute, but there you go. That's the filter out. So I'll swap it over. I'll get this swapped over, and then we'll put it back in. So give me a second. Let me have a clean up, guys, and I'll come back to you. So there we go. That's the new one done. New filter and the new little rubber thing. That's the old one in there. And originally, I did turn around and say just now that he got the wrong filter, but it looks like he didn't got the wrong filter, and I was wrong. So yeah, my bad. It is the correct one. Don't know why I just assumed. I've been looking into it and seeing what it was and stuff, and it just looked like it wasn't really the correct one. It doesn't look the same. This looks like an original one, doesn't it? Is that an original part? I don't know. It does look a bit weird, like the way that is. Just the way the filter is, isn't it? But yeah, this looks good. So we'll put that back in. With these new ones, you just sort of put the new one back into the housing, which is like this. You just put this in first, and then you put it back into the position. So we'll go ahead and do that now, and I'll show you. Yeah, like that. That's it. And it just slots down. Yep, it's all lined up. That's just a case of doing it back up. And that's it. So it kind of, there's no sort of torque settings to it. It's just a case of it kind of, there's like a locking a bit on it, and as you keep doing it up, it locks into place, and that's it. And as you can see, the connections are back into the original place where they were, where we pulled the lines off of, and that's kind of it. It just stays like that, so that's good. So it's just a case of now putting all back together, put all the casing back on, and that's the filter done. So guys, I'll set you up. Let's time lapse it because it's going to take a little while, and yeah, we'll crack on. Right guys, that is that done. Fuel filter changed. You don't get a lot of actually fuel coming out, to be honest with you. It's not high pressure line, it's just coming from the pump, I think. So yeah, it didn't really make a lot of mess. A couple of bits, managed to catch most of it with a cloth, so that's good. But yeah, that's done. I've been looking at, I keep going back to this. Just keep going back to this cap, oil filler, drain plug, sorry, not filler, oil drain plug. And because it's plastic to plastic, I'm wondering whether or not I need to change that. And it's only a one-time use, these things. So I will be speaking to Fords later because I've got to go to the main dealer to see if I can pick up these two hoses, this one and this one. So when I go there, I will be speaking to them about that drain plug. Yeah, because like I said to you, I don't know whether or not it's a one-time use, but we will find out and I'll let you know in the next video. But for now, let's move on. Let's see what else I could do. What I'm thinking is let's whip off and change this airbag. The battery is disconnected, so I ain't got to worry about that. But yeah, I think let's just whip this off and change that over, and that's another job done then. So, right, I'll get myself set up, guys. Come back to you in a second. Right, guys, I'm ready for it. So normally what happens is that you turn the steering wheel, and then behind the steering wheel there'll be like little holes, or on the side of the steering wheel there'll be a little hole you can push through to get access to the bars that are holding the actual airbag in place, which are, I'll show you, these bars here. So what it is that there's like these two little side, let me get that light out of the way, there's two little side clips, and they're on springs. Can you see that? They're springing, one each side, and that's what holds this airbag in place on the steering wheel. So like I said, normally side on the steering wheel you can get access like through there, and there'll be a hole or something, you've got to punch a hole or something, and then you can push it to release the bars. But on this one, I'll show you, if you go through the airbag, the old one, like this, and you can see, I'll get a bit of light in there for you. You can see the bars just on the edge of that, and those are the two bars. There's one each side. Let me shut that door a minute. That's better. Sorry guys, a bit noise outside. You can see the bars are in there, There's one each side. So all it is a case of getting a screwdriver in that bar there. Let's see if I can get it in there. So that's it. So now all I'm doing is, let me see if I can get a bit of light in there as well. God, this is hard. Only 2 hands. I need 3 hands. So I'm just sort of, you see that? I'm just releasing it, and then as I release it, you just pull forward on the steering wheel, on the airbag, and it pops out. No, I'm not gonna be able to do this one-handed anymore. Let me have a little go. No, but you get what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to get off and get to it, but there's a bar each side, and yeah, down there you can see it. Let me get these unclipped and I'll come back to you. Okay, there we go. So it's all unclipped, and you've got some wires and clips and cables to undo. You've got one in the center, and then you've got 2 on the other side, which I think is for the horn. Don't know. Might be earth cables, but there's 2 cables here. So them 2 need to be unconnected, and the central one needs to be unconnected. This one here, that needs to be unconnected. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to unclip those, and then take this old one out of the way. Okay guys, there we go. That is that off. Yeah. So basically you've got this little clip here. This is the central one. And you just lift this little orange clip up, and then it just pops out. So yeah, that's done. So now it's just a case of just a reverse, and get your next one, your new one. It's got to be pretty close, to be honest with you. I'm not going to do this one-handed again. So let me plug it in, and then I'll come back to you again. Right. That was a fiddly. Managed to get it in though. There you go. That's the centre one, and then you've got the 2 other connections at the bottom here that go in. Yeah, so that's it. All done. Don't take too long, does it? And then it's just a case of getting it central and then pushing it into place, and you've got the clips to sort of click in like that. So there we go. Just got to make sure the hooter works really. Yeah, just got to make sure the hooter works, but I'll do that in a second. The other thing as well, that I had a lot of comments saying about the passenger airbag, and this hasn't got a passenger airbag. So I've put my hand underneath into the dash and it's not there. So yeah, I had a few comments, people saying that it's an optional extra, which is really strange, to be honest with you. This day and age, an optional extra for being an airbag is a little bit strange, but it is what it is, you know. So that's it though, but at least that's done. That's the steering wheel done. Got to do the seat belts, start taking all this trims and that apart, but that's going to probably be for another video. What we're going to move on to now. So what I want to do now, I'm going to put these bars back on. So you can see, I showed you earlier, I painted them all up. So I just want to put them in place just to see, because this bar here, you know, I want to make sure that that literally just sits on without any problems about sort of, because if this don't line up, this bar doesn't line up on the chassis legs, then we know that there's a chassis leg problem, because this bar doesn't line up with it. But let's have a quick look. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this one-handed, am I? Nah, I'm not going to be able to do it. Ah. But let me set you up. I'll put that back on, and I'll put the slant panel back up. I'm going to start putting bits and pieces back on just for now. It's all got to come back off to line it up properly and do all that sort of stuff. But I just wanted to sort of get it on, just so that I know that these chassis legs have not been moved. Yeah, so let's crack on, guys. I'll set you up. Let's do this. Right guys, before I go any further, I just want to quickly show you, when I put this bar on, it's like loose as hell. So there's plenty of play, like left to right. So there's no sort of tension, there's no sort of, do you know what I mean? I can sort of lift it and put it into position where I want it, when I want it to go with very ease. It's, yeah, so which suggests that those legs have not been touched. Which is good. Yeah, it's good news. So it does look a bit strange though, because it's like you'd expect it to be like dead straight, but they're not. So like that, this leg comes over a little bit, and then this one comes out a little bit. So it's a little bit misleading when it comes to trying to sort of look at whether or not it's lined through. But it's just the way it's built. It's just parts, and it's just yeah, that's just what it is. But I'm happy with that because you know, I know now that those legs are absolutely fine, and we can move on. And yeah, carry on. So guys, I'll set you up again, and I just want to put this back on completely, this bar, and then start putting everything back to normal, like the slam panel and all that sort of stuff. Just line it all through, see what it's like, see what the wings are like as well, because I've still got to adjust those, still got to sort that out, still got to get this crease out, which is pretty easy, to be honest with you. I had a few messages sort of saying, oh, just get some dent repair guy to come over and do it, but you know, it's all well and good, but I'm trying to keep the cost down for the owner, for Mark, as much as I can, really. I'm doing this build just like my ordinary other builds. I treat it like it's my own vehicle, and I want to make sure that it's absolutely spot on, perfect, as much as I can for them. And yeah, that's all you can ask for, really. So guys, I'm just waffling on. The time's getting on, and during the day, as the day goes on, I seem to get tired, and I seem to waffle on a lot more than what I'd normally do in the morning. But anyway, let me set you up, and I'll carry on, guys. Let's do this. Okay guys, there we go. Looking good. Yeah, it's definitely worth painting these parts in. Just you know, just so that I've put them back exactly how I've took them off, which is obviously the old one was painted. So yeah, definitely got to paint these ones and put them back. But it looks pretty smart. So, and this slam panel, it just absolutely went into the correct position. You know, there's no stretching anything. I weren't pulling off, stretching anything about. It was just straight on and bolt up. I did mess about with the wings. You saw me do that. And basically, what I was doing. So this is obviously the bolt. It bolts onto that bit there, which bolts onto the slam panel. But this point here in between was a bit sort of low, and I wanted to make sure, and it was, that this point here of the bracket was it was down a little bit at an angle, and that's what was causing the gap. So I had to yeah, take this off, this bracket, take this plastic bracket off, push back the metal up a little bit on the bracket, and then put the bracket back on the plastic, and you can see that it's got a nice sort of even gap now around there, and then the bumper will just clip straight into there. So that's what I was doing there. Done it on the other side as well. Done the hinges as well, so they're back on. Straighten these back up. Try to sort of look at that and sort of push that. So what you've got to imagine is when you push it in to line up this top part here, this bolt has got a fix. And what was happening, you can see that obviously when I push it like that and push it in and then bolt it, it will hold it in place. Whereas before, this bracket on the wing was very slightly dented, so I had to mess around with that a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit. Again, messed about with this bracket as well, just straightened that up a little bit there. Had to pull that back up a little bit, straighten that back up. So this wing is going to be absolutely spot on there. So once that's... once I'm happy with everything else, and I can go ahead and bolt the wing back on, but just for the minute, I'm going to leave it like that. Done the same this side. New hinge, that's back on. Again, obviously with the hinges, you can only really get them bolted up to a point where you think it'll be okay, and you never know until you put the bonnet on and start messing around whether or not you need to move these hinges. So, yeah, I'll leave that for now. Again, done the same with the with this wing. So I'm just basically looking at when I push that in and bolt it up there, that will hold it in place, and then this top piece will line up all right. Okay, so that's what I was trying to do, which I think is good now. To be honest with you, once I bolt that up and line it through, it should be pretty cool. Again, I might have to do a little bit more in this because I think that bracket there just needs to come in that way. Just a little bit, and I need to straighten this bracket up a little bit, so I need to pull that up a little bit, straighten that up. Just a little bit of messing around, but that's kind of it. I've done the same with the bracket down here, and pushed that back up like that, and then sort of messed around with this bracket. Still got to get this kink out, but to be honest with you, it's starting to come out already as it is. So as I'm messing around with it, pulling it and moving the actual wing, it is starting to come out. So I think that's going to be an easy, quick repair. Just pull the vent back out. I'll probably heat up the back, to be honest with you. Heat the back up, and that's it. So I've done the airbox. Actually, I put it in twice. I put it in, and then realised that this connection here is a sensor, and the sensor that I got with the original sensor didn't fit the one that I got, so I had to swap this connection around. So that's why I take it back off, undo this, take the original one back off, the cracked one, put it on here, and then that's it, the cable will fit. It's this here that I'll show you. So it's this sensor here, air temperature, air sensor. Yeah, it's different, slightly different. This one is slightly different connection. It's the pins as well. Like the pins were wrong as well. So yeah, swap that over. That's it. Job done. So that's that done. I started putting the pipes back on. I put this back on. This pipe's been put back on, so that's all secure now. So that's all done. So yeah, just moved along with it really. You see me do the airbag on the steering wheel, so that's done. Yeah, so it's getting there, but obviously it's just bits and pieces that need doing to it. Still got to get some parts. That's what I'm off to now. I'm off to go to Ford's and see if I can get a price for the pipes for the intercooler. It's in the back of the truck now, so I'll take that with me and find out from Mark, the owner, the prices on that. I'm probably going to do the 2 pipes, and I'm going to do the fillet. I've already spoke to them. They don't just do the seal O-ring. You have to buy the whole cap. So look, it's worth it. It could be the cause of it, and it's worth it if it's, you know, only a few quid. So we shall see. But that is going to be the end of today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed what I've been doing. I've done quite a bit on this van today, and yeah, just move on up and see you guys on the next one. But thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to give the video a thumb up, and drop me a comment if you've got anything to say on today's video or any other video that I'm doing or anything I'm doing. So Guys, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.